Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top real estate broker Leticia Hixson of RE/MAX Champions based out of Chino, California. Leticia has been in business since April of 2002. She currently owns the RE/MAX franchise called RE/MAX Champions in Chino. She has been with RE/MAX since 2003 and received many awards such as the Diamond Award, which is the highest individual award you can receive at RE/MAX, Chairman, Platinum, 100% Club, Hall of Fame, Lifetime Achievement Award, RE/MAX Top 100, and she was the 17th in California and Hawaii, 24th in the U.S., and 74th in the world. She was also in the top 250 Hispanic agents with Nahrep. All right, with all that said, Leticia, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
If we could start for our listeners, what led you into real estate? Was it something that you always knew you wanted to do, or did you maybe stumble into it?
I stumbled into it as my first job in high school as a receptionist at a real estate office. So I was always intrigued by it, but I didn't pursue real estate until after I graduated college. I actually thought about becoming a lender and was kind of struggling to get into that field without any experience. So then I decided, I'll get my real estate license. This way I'll know everything that's expected of a lender and go about it that way. So I was kind of going around it a different way, I guess, than normal. But once I got my real estate license, I loved it. And so I never went back to become a lender. I just stayed selling real estate.
Excellent. And can you talk a little bit about what personal attributes, traits, or qualities you think have most contributed to the success that you've had in real estate?
Well, I think a lot of my success has been because of my hard work, my honesty, and a genuine care for my clients' needs and wants. It's not just about a commission check or another transaction close. Like, I actually genuinely care about all of my clients, and I want to do the best for them and get them, the best home or price for their money. So I think it's just someone that really, truly cares about the outcome.
And do you think you could give our listeners an example of when these traits have played a role in your path towards success?
Yes, absolutely. During the crash, 2008, when the market crashed, a lot of agents did get out of the business, and a lot of agents went to work for banks to sell foreclosed homes. I instead learned how to sell short sales. And during the short sale process, I think what helped me to sell a lot of properties is that I was able to sit down with my clients and empathize with them and be sympathetic to what they were going through and genuinely care. I felt bad, that they had lost their home or lost their job or whatever circumstance it was that got them in that situation. A lot of them had bad loans or, had bought too high or whatever it was. But I was able to, sit down with them in their home, explain everything step by step of the process. They cried, I cried with them. Sometimes they needed hugs or hand-holding. And that all came very natural to me because I'm just that kind of person. So a lot of that, I guess, my heart just went out for a lot of families. And it helped in the sense that, I got a lot of referrals from the families that I helped. And they wrote, beautiful testimonials of how I made them feel like family, how they felt special even though they were losing their home. And so I think that helped a lot during that time.
Excellent. And obviously you kind of mentioned some of the, trials that you kind of had to go through with the market and the foreclosures and stuff. Can you talk a little bit about maybe some of the other adversities or trials that you had to overcome in order to achieve your goals?
When I first got into real estate, obviously any agent that's first getting into real estate, there's always the other agents that have been established and well-known. They have their branding, their name out there, reputation. So it's always a little difficult to get into a field that's based so much on your reputation and your numbers, because unfortunately the consumers do look you up. They do a lot of research online, and they want to know who you are and that you've sold homes. But the way I was able to go above that, and when I was new anyways, was because the relationship that I built with them, the rapport, the friendship, the fact that our relationship didn't end when the transaction closed escrow. There was still further friendships. I have friends that, I call them friends, they are my friends, that were clients at first, have become my friends. You know, they were at my wedding, they're at my family functions, I'm at theirs. So it's about the relationships that you build. And the struggles with the market changing, I just had the mindset that I was going to do whatever it takes to make it, and not quit, and not give up. When a lot of agents left the industry, I said, no, I'm just going to find a way to continue forward. And that's kind of the mentality that I always have. If it's not selling, if it's a seller's market or a buyer's market or short sales or foreclosures, you know, the market's low or whatever it is, we just study it. You know, I study the numbers, I study where the market's going, and I try to stay on top of things. So I always know where it's going to be. I mean, not 100%, but you can kind of see it. It's, you know, an 8 to 10 year cycle. And so you just try and stay on top of things and always be one step ahead, basically.
Excellent. And I guess as you hit these obstacles as they come along, you know, why didn't you give up? What was your driving force?
Well, at that time, I was a single mom with 3 kids, so giving up was not an option. They're all they have. I'm all they have, basically. Giving up's never been an option. My parents just always raised me to work hard and do your best, and you don't give up. And it's just not an option. I don't know how to explain that. But when the obstacles came, I just had to think fast and work hard and put in the hours when others weren't willing to work 10, 12-hour days. I did sacrifice a lot of time away from my kids in the beginning to get to where I'm at now, but I had to do it. You know, I had a family, so they're my driving force because I want to be able to give them a good life and teach them by example that just because it gets hard doesn't mean you quit. Just because it's tough doesn't mean you switch careers. You know, it's in anything, whether they're playing sports or in a relationship or at work. You do your best and you don't give up.
Excellent. I guess kind of looking forward, what's your vision for your career and your business over the next 5 years?
Well, I've been in real estate since 2002, and last year I opened up a RE/MAX franchise here in Chino. So the next 5 years I see our office growing probably to, you know, maybe 40, 50 agents. And I'd like to, you know, with my husband and I, we both work together, and we'd like to see all the agents get to a level where they can leave a legacy for their families and their children. And so we teach them everything that we know and that we do in hopes that, you know, they can become as successful as they want to be. And we're really big on self-improvement, and so we go to a lot of conferences and seminars with Tony Robbins. And so we share everything that we learn and read with the office. So I think the vision is just the office grow and double in size and be known as the number one office in Chino, the go-to agents in Chino, because we live here, work here, raise our family here. Our hearts are here.
Excellent. And I guess kind of on top of that, what do you feel is the best way that you market yourself as a real estate professional so that you can have continual growth?
Well, we actually love marketing. I would say everything there is. I mean, some people do flyers or postcards or online marketing or, you know, the online real estate websites like Zillow or Realtor.com. There's so many different avenues, and I'd say that we just touch on all of them. So we still do, you know, original, traditional print marketing from postcards, flyers. We do the open houses. We do the online marketing. We get a lot of past client referrals, agent-to-agent referrals from out of state. I think the marketing has just, you know, really taken us to the next level, because even when a lot of people will try something once or twice, and if it doesn't work and they don't get a return, they're like, oh, that didn't work, I'm not going to do it anymore. And that's the difference with us and all the agents in our office, is that we know it takes time. It's going to take months, maybe a year to build business in a farm when you're marketing to it monthly or, every 2 weeks. But we don't give up, and you keep going, and the return will come. It's like, going to the gym. You don't go to the gym once and then expect to look, in great shape. You have to go all the time, continuous, repetition, consistent. And I think that's what sets us apart, is that we're very consistent in our marketing, and we don't stop marketing just because it might be slow or the market's shifting or changing. We just continue on. So we're the agents that are, steady, always on their mind.
Excellent. And I think sometimes when people look at real estate agents, they have a certain, misconception. I don't think sometimes they really understand the value of everything you actually do, both from a buyer and a seller standpoint. What do you think the biggest misconception or myth people have about working with a real estate agent?
That's a good one. I think since we've had all these reality TV shows that we love to watch, it has really changed how consumers see us. I have had so many clients say, so when are you going to have the big brokers open, like you see on those shows? And it's just not reality. It's a reality show, but it's not real. I mean, and I asked him, do you really want me to invite 400 people to come and drink at your house? Because that's not going to get the home sold. That's just all the agents coming here to socialize. The truth is, if an agent has a client for your home, they're going to make an appointment to show it to them because it's on the MLS. What they see, like in those shows in New York, $1 Million Listing, they don't have an MLS. So the only way to market these homes is through parties. But that's not how it is here in Southern California. I mean, sometimes consumers find the home before the agent even finds it on Zillow or Trulia or whatever it is, or they drive by and see the sign being put up, and so they're aware. I mean, consumers are very active in their home search. So I think the expectations that they think that we just, negotiate deals over wine at a nightclub or a bar like they show on TV is, unfortunately, it's not true. That's not how it is. And we really do work hard. We put in a lot of hours and a lot of stuff that they don't see and they're not aware of. So those reality shows have really, really changed how consumers see us. They think we just make a lot of money really easy and don't do anything but have parties and socialize, which is far from the truth.
You mean they don't take a listing and sell it in 30 minutes like they do on TV?
No, not at all. Sometimes it might sell in a week or two, but it could be a month or two or three, and by then you might have spent $4,000 or $5,000 in marketing and open houses every weekend and flyers and canvassing and mailers, and there's a lot of work that goes into it, and a lot of overhead and staff and assistants and, hiring photographers and stagers. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. So, yeah, consumers just think it's really easy, but it's not.
Yeah. So let's say you get a call from a family member or a friend, and they're in another state, and they want to sell their home. Now, obviously, with all your experience and connections, probably through RE/MAX and other people, you could probably look somebody up and do a referral. But from a general advice standpoint, what advice would you give them about selecting an agent that could best serve their needs?
I actually do have like a list of questions that I provide, and I say, hey, when you're interviewing agents, ask these. Of course, I usually have someone I can refer through our network at RE/MAX, and through all the agents we've met throughout all the conferences that we've been to. But I always say, interview a few, and I give them a list of questions to ask the agent, how long they've been in business, where they specialize in, how many homes they've sold in the area, how many days on the market does it take for them to sell them, what's the difference between their list price versus what it actually sold for, what kind of marketing are they going to do, because some people will just put a sign and wait, for the rest of the agents to bring a buyer in and not do anything else. So I would definitely have them look at their track record. And now with all the reviews that there is online, you can look up some reviews. But most of all, I think the most important thing is the client has to feel really comfortable with who they're going to work for, because it could be 30 to 90 days that you're dealing with someone. The personalities have to go, and you have to trust. You have to trust them. You have to like who you're hiring and trust them and feel confident that they're going to do 100% what's best for you, if that's what the job is.
Excellent. Now, if somebody's looking for real estate services or an agent in the Chino, California general area, what's the best way they can find out more information about you and how you can help them?
Well, I mean, a phone call, obviously. An interview would probably be the best way, but the minute you Google my name, it's going to pop up from Zillow, our website, Facebook. They could look at the reviews on Zillow from all the past clients, and that says a lot. You know, word of mouth, referrals. But the best way, I say, to get to know me and our team and find out if they want to work with us is to set up an appointment. You know, give us a call, meet with us, and see if we're the right match.
Excellent. Well, Leticia, obviously want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come here today and share all your professional real estate experience with our listeners. And if you're listening and you want to learn more about Leticia, you can obviously Google her, like she said. Also below this interview, we'll have a link to any information we have for her, as well as any other contact information, so that you can see how she can help you with your real estate needs. So with that said, everybody, until our next show, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.